Ladies and gentlemen, Jedi and Sith, I am the Comic Outlaw, and today I am back, shifting from multiverse to multiverse, doing my thing, and we are bringing you number 5 of Star Wars Dark Empire, done by the good people at Dark Horse. Yeah, I know you guys have been waiting for this for a long time. We're going to be dropping a little bit more. We got one more part coming down the pike, and then we're going to be doing something new. So let's get into it. You all know where we're at. The World Devastators continue to do their thing. C-3PO Han, they went to go rescue Luke. They went to the deep, deep part of the Empire. And when they did not like what they found, Luke had joined the dark side. He has become the Emperor's apprentice. But picking up where we are back at that core area where the main part of the Empire is gathered up. And we have our intrepid group of smugglers, our buds that have decided to help Han Solo. They're kicking back, waiting for the signal, because in every star system, you always need a smuggler to get this and that for you. There's always a shady character that needs to do something for someone else, and that's just the way it plays here, too. So these guys are kicking back, doing their thing, waiting for the signal until the Millennium Falcon has been identified. And this isn't just one of those old, small probes like the ones in Empire that were easily blown up. No. This thing is a lot larger, has deeper scanners, and a lot meaner. And as they try to take off, it tries to drag them back in. Oh, they do. Where are they going to go? We have to find out another time, because we come back to Luke and Leia and the Emperor. And the Emperor is unafraid as he speaks with Leia. He shows her something special, something old. A Jedi holocron. And yes, it responds to her. It feels her essence. It knows that she's a Jedi. And the cube is not magic, but a different technology for a different time. And as she touches it, the master that made the cube pops up. And there's this brief little video explaining just a brief essay about one of the subjects that it covers. And then it disappears back into the cube. And as the Emperor lays himself to rest, he explains his plan. He knows what she carries inside of her, because he knows his clones won't last, and they don't last. But what she has inside of her, that baby, he says, that will sustain him, and that will be his last transfer for a while. And Leia, being Leia, says never, throws the Emperor's bed over and starts running, but she soon realizes she has nowhere to run to. Nowhere to go. And we pick up with the other part of the story. Luke Skywalker getting his hand repaired. Hearing about certain failures on the battlefield that seem to randomly happen. Or maybe someone in the inside was sabotaging it. But we won't know. Luke tells the general to keep it to himself, basically. And that he will deal with it personally. As Leia walks in. You see, there's nowhere for her to go. It's kind of funny that she's trapped. And Luke's trying to kind of assure them both without dropping all the information. But everything is good. Luke says his plan is still intact. And he has something in that R2 unit. And as always, R2 carries some of the most vital and useful information. Meanwhile, in the Imperial prison, we find our two smuggling bros, Han and Chewie, trying to escape, as Han tries to break one of the bars, it looks like. And, they're trying to discuss or try to figure their way out. And, of course, Han's buds show up with the Falcon and blow a hole right through the prison wall. Hey, it was much easier than trying to break the bars. Believe me, I've done many prison escape. Laser blast always trumps breaking the bar. But back to the lecture at hand. Our guys are getting ready to go. Han sees Luke. He pulls a blaster on him. Leia says stop. He doesn't understand. Luke has a plan. And it's a good plan. Luke tries to explain, but Han, hot-headed as always, and rightfully not trusting Luke at this point. I mean, he's gone to the dark side. He's basically betrayed them. So it just takes Han a little bit more convincing than it does Leia. But the war rages on, of course, and that probe gets damaged by one of the ships, oncoming ships, and the Falcon is getting ready to leave. They have to leave. And they do. They fly out the other side. Now look at the size of this probe. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing the technology that the Empire had actually come up with over time. And now they're wondering where Luke is. Since Luke stayed behind, Han demands to know what's going on. What's this plan? And of course the spirit form of Luke appears, and he basically says that all the information is in R2-D2. All the information for the destroyers, all the information, the codes, all the locations for the Empire. He's downloaded it all in R2, and he stayed behind to personally take care of the Emperor. And Luke stands ready to just do that. But the Emperor's smart, and he kills himself, realizing that his body was too frail at this point to go on. And Luke immediately starts killing all the clones in every area. So he starts swiping at them with a lightsaber, but it's too late. The Emperor has risen in a new body, young, vigorous, and ready to go. As Luke stands before him, he pushes him with a force push, but the Emperor retrieves the lightsaber. Now, as powerful as Luke is, he's not as experienced as the Emperor. The Emperor has had many years of training in combat and also Sith technique. And as they clash, Luke does keep up with him for a while, but I think Luke realizes that he's outmatched as him and Palpatine clash. And of course, experience does win out the end, and he disarms Luke. And as Luke is there laying ready to accept his fate, what will happen? Will continue? Will Palpatine win? Will he finally destroy Luke Skywalker and crush the rebellion once and for all? Well, I'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll find out the next time. Yeah.